another team that's stopped to reinforce is Pirates. They've signed two players, Kwame Peprah and Olisa Ndah from Nigeria. Greg, what do you know of your fellow countrymen coming here to give some competition in that central defensive position, joining from Aqua United?
Yeah, I mean, he just won the league. He just won the league with Aqua United now. The season that just finished now. 23 years old, he's one of the rising stars in Nigerian league. He was originally with Romy Star. They loaned him to Aqua United. So from there on, and he become one of the shining lights. One of the top defenders. Normally Nigeria normally have this home-based Eagles, which they assemble every time. And his first call-up was, when 2019, under Imama Kokuna for under 23. He was the captain, and he played in that under 23 team. But his full debut now, he was against Mexico, which, they get trashed 4-0 in US. So for me, he has done so well, for you to win that league in Nigeria and as a central defender, for you to be called to the home-based Super Eagles, you really have the ability to see something in him. And for him to go to Pirates for trials and succeed, I think, it's a good step forward. For me, it's gonna add value. I left Nigeria for a very long time. So those are the new rising stars, coming from back home. So what I've gathered from him, I think he's one of the bright superstars coming out from Nigerian league.
Okay. There we go. And then I guess where a lot of the fans were crying, Kelvin, is up front in terms of having another option. Obviously, it's not been successful times for some strikers who've come to Pirates. And now, we'll have Kwame Peprah be the next to give it a go.
Yeah, exciting times with the lack of personality up front, having injuries also playing a part with the Zakele Lepasa being one out, Mabasa being out. I think this is an exciting time for Peprah to come in, a 20-year-old, signed for 2.3 million, 12 goals in 32 league matches, which is quite outstanding. I think this is the firepower that they need. As the Orlando Pirates fans would be excited to see. What we just need to bear in mind is how we keep him motivated and having to integrate him into the team, because it normally becomes very hard for other players to come into South Africa and be a quick fit into the club. But I think with Pirates and the coaches that are there, they are going to integrate him well. They will make sure that he gels with the squad as quick as possible, because they do need results. They do need a number 10 that can score goals. I think Pirates, in terms of creativity, they have that in abundance, but what they're missing is a goal poacher finisher, and which is by one that they've signed for 2.3 million comes handy. And I think he's going to deliver for them. But even though I don't know how fast would he settle within the country, because South Africa is a good country, and we just hope that the light do not brighten the man's eye.
Okay, but what do we make of the Ghanaian Premier League in terms of a standard, Brighton? Him coming from there, yeah, and he's 20 years old, they say.
Yeah.
You check his picture and tell me if you think he's 20. But he's 20 years old. And apparently he scored like a bunch of, he scored 12 goals in 32 league games last season. I am guessing there's going to be some time, though. He's going to need some time to bed in. It's not like we're getting some top striker from a Champions League playing team and he's going to just hit the ground running. At 20, you expect that his development is quite a way off. So what is he coming in to do at such a ripe young age?
Yeah, I like how you're asking in terms of the league standards, the Ghanaian football compared to the Premier Soccer League. I mean, there's a huge difference, but without taking much credit away from him. I mean, he scooped a couple of Man of the Match awards with King Faisal, and he's young, he's very mobile, he's intelligent from what we see from the clips. But hey, we need to understand that the last time Orlando Pirates had a very successful striker from a foreign country, we can safely say it was your Tendai Ndoro, the late Dennis Lotters, And then when you go to the other like Western or North African countries and so forth, we're looking at your Blaise, Lelombele. But other than that, most of the guys, when they came here, they struggled. They struggled because now what Sosibo has mentioned, the integration of the player between the striker and the older players that are there is going to be very key, because it's a player who's coming in now trying to form a bond and a partnership with the players who are already established within the team. You understand? So therefore, the communication part does play a huge role. And how soon is he going to settle in also plays a huge role. And the fact that he's still young, it does play a role as to, is he going to get the proper guidance from the players that are within the structures in order for him to understand the dynamics and the culture of the team. So those are the factors that have proved to be very, very key for him to settle down quickly, because there was a player from, I think, DRC, Makosi, the striker. He ended up having to go back home without even scoring a single goal. Those are the single things that you look at to say, is he at the right place, and does he have the right people around him that are going to give him support? Because for me, I still believe and emphasize that Pirates has top strikers in Zakhele Lipasa and Mabasa. I still say that a fit Mabasa and a fit confident Zakhele Lipasa, they'll bring you goals. So those are the players that we can at least build and try and work around them, as opposed to adding more pressure and more trying to get a quick fix. You understand? So those are the things that we can work on to say, we have these two players. How do we keep them fit? How do we give them the confidence? Because if you can look at Tshegofatso Mabasa's stats as a striker, they're above the goal chances per ratio in his game. They're up there because he's always creating a chance of scoring a goal each and every game whenever it's in. It's either a brace or a single goal. So those are the things that we can work on. If we need to implement bringing in a striker coach, we can do that. I mean, we tried doing that and it helped some kind of players. It helped your Gabuzas. They improved. Gabuza improved when the striker coach came in. So it's just a matter of trusting in the process again. We never trust in the process. We want quick fix. You know?
Well, I don't know, Calvin. That was going to be my question: is when last did Pirates develop an elite striker? You know what I mean? If you got a 20-year-old kid coming into the system, is he going to leave better than he arrived there? You know, and not marginally. Is he going to be that much improved? You know what I mean? Because sometimes that's the hallmark of a good club. So, you know, it's not about what you do for them is what they can do for you. Is that you come as a player who's barely a diamond and then you leave and they hope to extract the value from you, having sold you for far more. But I'm struggling to just remember when last did they have a striker become so good that someone just came along and took them. It's just everyone kind of just seems to fizzle out. Yeah, Frostler, I guess. Yeah. But I mean, is that enough? Is that enough? Do they create enough for us to think that this young guy is going to go there and become a better, more efficient striker?
Yeah, I think it's going to take time. As much as we're saying that he's young, it also buys into that. I think for us, it's a bad strike in a way, because we could have actually looked in terms of the MDC team. Who can we bring up? Are we preparing enough players to come into the national to the first team, or do you want to spend money? What is the development for? What is the MDC for? If the MDC is there, it's for us to know that what is our goal. We want to get players ready so that they can actually be integrated into the first team, or we're just developing players for the sake of them so then we can loan them out. We don't want to see that. So a club that big like Orlando Pirates, they shouldn't struggle with that. Your Chiefs, your Sundowns, your Pirates, they shouldn't struggle with that. To go out and look for a 20-year-old, I'm sure there's a 20-year-old somewhere there at Orlando Pirates that maybe they didn't actually have a proper look at it. Yes,
yeah, but the club is actually saying, but that's what they're saying. They're saying that we don't have a better 20-year-old here. That's by essentially going.
There's a radio fan. There's a fan there.
I know, guys, but the club has went and bought a 20-year-old. So what are they saying about the 20-year-olds at the club?
Yes, this is the point. This is the point that I'm coming to. That are they doing enough in terms of investing on the bottom league or on their developments? Surely they are not doing enough. If you'll have a 23-year-old being paid 2.3 million as a transfer to fly out from his country to come here, maybe it would be a little bit unfair to maybe contrast it in this way to say, is the standard of MDC level, if you compare it to the Ghana League, how far off are they? Meaning that Pirates can produce the same striker that they've bought if I'm looking at the age. And within that being said, it's always, for me, it seems as if they are failing themselves to go and get, if they're getting a more experienced striker, I would
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because what they want to do. But getting a youngster, for me, pains me to say, even the youngsters that are there in the team at Orlando Pirates, they will feel hard done by seeing their peer, the same age mates, being flown out to come into and replace them. Then what's the use? Are we going to develop those players to give them to your Super Sport, to give them to your Polokwane, or go to the MDC? We need to make up our minds with it.
Well, maybe, I don't know. They've got plans for him. There's a lot of football on the table. Pirates, there's always a lot of football on the table, and still he's not bombing out of the competitions, Greg. Yeah.
There's, I mean, in anywhere in the whole world, you have a 20-year-old, you have an 18-year-old going flying the other way. This one flying the other way. Before Peprah went to Monaco,
he must be exceptional.
But so he's not exceptional. Have you seen his clip?
Being an import, you must be an exceptional player.
Yeah, that's why they bought him. That's why they bought him.
When you got here, Greg, you were exceptional when you got here.
Kevin, when Pirates buy a player, for me, I think they have done a lot of work. He's 20 years old, he's 19 years old, he's 23. It doesn't really matter.
Previous transaction, did they do the right work?
If there's a special player in the MDC, a lot of eyes are going to see him. The top scorer in MDC came from Golden Arrows. So what I'm trying to say, for a 20-year-old,
go get that top scorer there.
So Craig, you're saying if they.
Okay, I can hear you.
You're saying if they bring in a player, has to be, it means they've done their job. It's exceptional. They did the same deal with Muowo from Zambia.
Yes.
With Mulele was exceptional. Mundele. And mind you, me having to say this is that we as African counterparts, we face the same situation when we go abroad. They compare and say, but we have a Greg Itafia in England whom we can groom, as opposed to bringing a Sosibo from wherever.
Brighton, one thing you must understand, you cannot compare all you mentioned now with this boy without seeing him play. You cannot say that he's coming in, he hasn't kicked a ball.
The league is not the same.
But even Mulele didn't play.
No, the Ghanaian league. I mean, you have the Ghanaian league is the top league in African football. Let me just put it there straight. You cannot compare the MDC.
No, we disagree with that.
No,
Greg.
No, we're talking about money. We're not talking about money, Brighton. We're
not talking money. We're not talking money. We're talking the standard of play.
Standard of play.
Yeah. Standard of play in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Cameroon, it's a different aspect compared to South Africa here. Let me tell you.
Okay, how many teams have won? How many teams have in Ghana lately, the past 5 years, who have made it into the CAF Champions League or the Confederations Cup? In the group phases, apart from Hearts of Oak, the only team that is Hearts of Oak.
Let me tell you, Ashanti Kotoko and Hearts of Oak. So who again?
That's it.
When was that?
When was that?
How many teams
when was that?
Gone out? No, but for the
last
10 years.
When was that? Hearts of Oak. When was that?
Yeah. That was,
we had Vets, we had Sundowns, we had Vets.
We had Beatfest, we had Sundowns, we had Chiefs.
Yeah, Confederation Cup, where you come out from the first round.
Yes, that's the question. That was the question.
We are saying that when you talk about a league, you cannot compare South African league. South African league is now that is coming out in terms of people are saying that Sundowns are won the Champions League twice. Apart from that, it's Orlando Pirates. No. What we're talking about 1996. Last time they won.
We played two finals. I played two finals, Champions League and Confed, Greg, within successions. I played with Pirates, I played Champions League final, I played Confed final in quick successions. So what does it say? And where was Sundowns?
No, what is that? What year was that?
Relevant, Greg. He's giving you stats.
2013 and 20.
Yeah,
Wait, it was 2013 and 2013 and 2015.
Oh, okay. That was a long time ago. We're talking about.
Greg always loses. Sorry, Greg.
So within that period, within that period, where was the Nigerian team? Where was the Ghanaian team? Within that period, where was the Nigerian team? Where was the Ghanaian team?
With South African team. Within that period, Nigerian team dominates South African team for everything. Champions League,
we were in the final. We were in the final.
No,
we were in the final. Where was the team?
Don't go to the final, don't win it. You must win it. We're talking about team by winning back to back.
Okay.
You final, you don't win it.
And on that note,
give a 20-year-old a chance. He's coming from.
I will never. If we have here the 20-year-old, I will never do that.
Kevin, you went to Turkey. No one argued there. When you are young, you went to Turkey.
I was best. I was best. Yeah. There I started. I was starting. I was not in the bench.
He is the best in his league in Ghana. So he's coming to fight Orlando Pirates. He's not coming to fight.
We're not accusing them. All we are saying is he needs to show.
Give him a chance. The same way you want a South African player to go to overseas to play. The same way you must give a chance to a player coming from any African country.
Those players, Greg, are not given a chance. They deserve to be there. They deserve to be there.
The same thing.
Okay, guys.
They're not giving a chance based on the same thing we're talking about.
We're going to give him a chance.
Giving people chances at our expense. Those players deserve to be there.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you very much.
When you kick a ball, you can judge him. Give him a chance.
Yes. Fair enough.
They're using a midfielder to be a striker. We have a striker now. Give him a chance.
Let's see what happens. Thank you very much, Greg. Thank you very much, Kelvin. Thank you, Brighton. And thank you, everybody who's tuned in this evening. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and obviously check out also the stuff that's happening on Vimeo. Check out the Front Runner Twitter for details around that. It's been a robust 2 hours. Gents, thank you very much. It's been a long talk. I want to go put my feet up. My goodness, that was tiring. I'll speak to you.